Imagine a crime scene so meticulously cleaned, it suggests a chilling attempt to erase the truth. Today, we're diving into a cold case, where a roommate's seemingly innocuous testimony about cleaning habits and observations became a critical piece of the puzzle.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Can I have you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear or affirm that your testimony in the matter pending before the court shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
And if you could just be sure to speak into that microphone so that we can hear you. If I can't hear you, I'm afraid the jurors might not be able to.
Okay.
Ma'am, if you could start out by stating and spelling your name for the record.
Valerie Langlow, Valery Langlowe.
And, ma'am, what do you do for a living?
I'm a district administrator in a school district.
I want to take you back to August of 2000. What were you doing at that time?
I was student teaching at Oconee County High School, University of Georgia.
Did you move into a new residence?
We did, yes. We lived in Deer Park on Fulham Drive.
Who were your roommates there?
Tara Baker and Ashley Peavy. We all got along very well, and we were all very busy, either in grad school or finishing up college at the time, and we were just all busy. So we all got along fine, and everybody kind of did their own schedules.
During the fall, would Tara occasionally spend the night at her boyfriend's house?
Yes.
So on Thursday the 18th, do you recall what your schedule was like that day?
I had class, when I started my grad program, a lot of my classes were in the evenings. So I would have been home, and I think I left sometime before maybe 4 o'clock or around 4 o'clock. I can't remember the exact time. And I had class that evening till probably 7:15 or 7:30, I believe.
And what did you do after class?
I was going home for the weekend, so I immediately started heading in that direction when I left.
So you didn't go back to Fallen Drive?
I did not.
Ma'am, what, if anything, do you remember about the weather that evening as you were leaving town?
It was very rainy. I do remember that, just driving in the rain and, it being dark, but I just remember that it was raining.
Were you careful to look out for one another?
Yeah, we were all safety conscious about, things being, locked and, that kind of thing. I've always been that way.
Did all of you have boyfriends at the time?
Yes.
Did anybody give an apartment key or a house key to their boyfriend?
I have no knowledge of that.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're dissecting a compelling segment from the trial of Edric Faust, accused in the brutal 2001 murder of University of Georgia law student Tara Louise Baker. This isn't just any testimony. It's from Valerie Langlow, Tara's roommate at the time. In this clip, Langlow recounts their living situation, her movements around the time of the incident, and most importantly, some chilling post-crime scene observations that prosecutors are using to piece together what happened more than 2 decades ago.
Based on the relationship that the three of you had, you, Ashley, and Tara, would you have given a key to your boyfriend at the time?
No.
Why not?
There would have been no reason for him to have been at the house if I would not have been there.
Based on your impression of the relationship, again, that you shared with Ashley and Tara, was that consistent throughout the house?
I would assume yes.
Here, the prosecution establishes the witness's identity and her professional background. This is crucial for building credibility with the jury. In Georgia, as in most jurisdictions, the foundational questions about a witness's name, occupation, and connection to the case are governed by rules of evidence regarding relevancy under OCGA 244401. It helps the jury understand who is speaking and why their testimony matters. It's also important to note the date given in the transcript, August of 2000, which precedes the actual date of Tara Baker's murder in January 2001. This could be a memory lapse by the witness over 2 decades, or an approximation by counsel, but the core of her testimony about their shared residence and habits remains relevant to the period leading up to the crime.
Do you remember, or if you recall, in the days after Tara's death, do you recall hearing about certain parts of the house being wiped down or anything like that?
This line of questioning aims to establish who had access to the apartment. The witness's lack of knowledge, while not a definitive no, suggests that it wasn't a common practice or openly discussed among the roommates. This is an attempt to address the element of opportunity. If the perpetrator had a key, it could suggest a different narrative than a forced entry. In Georgia, circumstantial evidence, such as testimony about who might or might not have had access, can be used to infer facts relevant to the case, as long as it's logically connected to other evidence. This lays the groundwork for later arguments about forced entry versus consensual entry, or keys given to a specific individual.
This happened and the house was clean and things were, wiped.
Do you recall what areas of the house they were referring to?
I remember they asked, if certain patterns of cleaning, if, I would have cleaned this or cleaned that, that kind of thing. But it was, maybe doorknobs or around the doors or windows, that kind of thing.
And is that something that you would have cleaned?
Not typically. I mean, I kept things dusted and vacuumed and just your normal thing, but I didn't deep clean the house all the time.
The prosecutor is trying to show a consistent household policy regarding keys, emphasizing that it would be unlikely for any of the roommates to give their boyfriends a key without the others knowing or agreeing. The phrase, "I would assume yes," indicates a lack of direct knowledge, which could be challenged by the defense on cross-examination as speculative. However, for direct examination, it still conveys the general understanding. The testimony from Valerie Langlow provided a crucial glimpse into the life of Tara Louise Baker and the suspicious circumstances surrounding her death. Tara, a promising University of Georgia law student, was found dead in her Athens apartment on January 19, 2001, just a day before her 24th birthday. Investigators determined she had been sexually assaulted, stabbed, strangled,